Dark Era, the 15th, and the untold origins of the detective agency at the beginning of each of their respective Bungo Stray Dogs seasons are my favorite moments of the series, so much so that the present storylines can't even hold weight to how great the flashback arcs are. Once could just be happenstance, twice might just be a coincidence, but with 2 episodes into Bungo Stray Dogs Season 4, Takuya Igarashi's storyboards show us thrice just why they stand out so much. The director of a series usually does the storyboard and or the episode direction for the first and last episode of the season that they're in charge of, at the bare minimum, although there are cases such as Natsume in Sunny Boy where he storyboarded about half of the series itself. Excluding Season 1, the flashback arcs have Igarashi's storyboard prowess on full display for Dark Era, 15th, and so far the first 2 episodes of the untold origins of the detective agency. And this video will only focus on Season 4's because there's a particular choice that was made that just floored me while watching the seasonal in winter 2023, color design. The beginning of any Bungo Stray Dogs season is jarring from the end of the last, but that's become almost a norm, and this season is no different, with 2 key motifs at play in the forefront of this little play murder: the monochromaticity of the world through Rampo's eyes, and the wind of Yukichi's presence, as both meet for the first time, drawn to a murder for various reasons. The visual quirk that looked really cool, I didn't think much during episode 1, since the color break only happened when Rampo peered too much with accuracy into Fukuzawa's past, but episode 2 really brought to light why Igarashi chose this approach, as the flashback within the flashback of the little letter with the V on it points to how the world is normal. It's just Rampo creating this kind of divide. He sees the world as ahead of him and that he's missing out, when it's actually the exact opposite, where he sees more than others and assumes they already know this information and are okay with it, that he isn't the clueless one, but they are, that he is normal, that he is loved, that he isn't left behind, that he is accepted, that he is special, that he can be saved, that this object chose him, that Fukuzawa gave him a chance. Rampo is special in the fact that he isn't very special compared to the special people around him. He is gifted without a gifted ability. He's just human. And this little arc shows us that he, the greatest detective, believes the words of Fukuzawa because they are the truth. And Rampo clearly acknowledges the fact that he doesn't have powers with the Dead Apple movie or his fight with Poe. This flashback wouldn't have hit hard without that prior information from the present story arcs. The flashbacks only work so well in this case because they reinforce or expand upon moments that the main story hints at, which makes total sense since these arcs themselves are adapted from the light novels, so their nature is to dive a bit deeper compared to the main story manga. And I could go into so much of how the play, which I believe is a 2.5 stage play, which honestly reminded me of Oshinoko, but I'll talk about that separately, really delves into Rampo and how Rampo is as a character and why he's so amazing, as this little flashback hints at, but I want to make sure that the entire flashback arc itself is completed before diving into it. Igarashi is a fascinating creator that I will get around to talking more when I go back and rewatch the older Bungo seasons, as well as some of the other series that he has storyboarded. It may be odd that I didn't mention the color designer who has worked on all of Bungo Stray Dogs, Yukari Goto. I'm sure they are easily to be given credit for the wow factor for this season's flashback arc so far. Let me know your thoughts about Bungo Stray Dog. If you've been enjoying it, season 1 wasn't that great for me, but I'm glad that I stuck around to experience this kind of episode. This is all for the seasonal anime spotlight. You can check out the playlist for other anime that I've discussed from as early as 2021. Peace.